Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Monday, August 7th, 2017.
Commissioner Rivas, Repenning, James, Davis, and Jacinto are present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Street Services.
David Rivera, Bureau of Street Services.
Maria Martin, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Sefi Wiles, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Dan Myers, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment, no commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section, and no speaker cards on any of the items for today's agenda.
Okay, then we'll close general public comment as well as the Neighborhood Council category of commentary. Is there a second to my motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the meeting of Wednesday, July 19, 2017 by Commissioner Rivas? Any objection? Without objection, we will approve those meeting minutes. Agenda item number 1, requested contract acceptance, Council Districts 8 and 9, Secondary Sewer Renewal Program, S07 76th Street and Grand Avenue, and S08 Main Street and Manchester Avenue. Recommending that the board accept the contract. Mr. Smith, we have you for a few of these this morning. Go ahead, sir, on number 1.
Good morning. Chris Smith, Bureau of Contract Administration. This contract was awarded by the board February 26, 2014, and completed February 10, 2015 by Facil. Contract rehabilitated a little over 2 miles of sewers with lining and point repairs. The contractor met all of the outreach requirements. There was no PLA on this contract. There are no unresolved property or financial issues, and the Bureau recommends acceptance.
Any questions? There are also no questions. I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 1, seconded by Commissioner Davis. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 1. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 1 forthwith. Agenda item number 2, Bureaus of Contract Administration and Engineering, Council District 2, Contract Acceptance, Moore Park Street Widening, Woodman Avenue to Marietta Avenue. Recommending that the board accept the contract. Mr. Smith on number 2.
This contract was awarded by the board September 8, 2014, and completed October 28, 2016 by Griffith Company. It widened a portion of Moore Park Street and all the associated improvements that went along with that. The contractor met the outreach requirements. There was no project labor agreement on this contract, and there are no unresolved financial or property issues. The Bureau recommends acceptance of this contract.
Any questions on number 2? No questions on number 2. Is there, Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 2. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 2 forthwith. Agenda item number 3, Bureaus of Contract Administration and Engineering in Council District 3, requested contract acceptance, American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, Los Angeles River Greenway, between Corbin Avenue and Winnetka Avenue resurfacing. Mr. Smith on number 3.
This contract was awarded by the board January 31st, 2011, and completed November 27, 2013 by PAL Constructors. The project constructed a portion of a bikeway and some vegetation and bioswales associated with that bikeway. Being federally funded, the contractor met the DBE requirements. There was no project labor agreement on this contract. There are no unresolved property or financial issues, and the Bureau recommends acceptance.
Any questions on agenda item number 3? Have any questions on number 3? I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 3, seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 3. Any issue sending number 3 forthwith? We will send number 3 forthwith. Mr. Smith on number 5, Council District 11, recommending that the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis, approving the request of Vadnais Trenchless Services Incorporated for the subcontractor substitution of Asphalt Professionals Incorporated with Veterans Engineering Services for paving, curbs, and sidewalk work on the Venice Dual Force Main and Venice Pumping Plant Generator Replacement Project. Mr. Smith on number 5.
Yes, our office received a request June 6, 2017 from Vadnais to substitute Asphalt Professionals, their bid listed OBE subcontractor for paving, curbs, and sidewalk, with Veterans Engineering Services, an SBE DVBE subcontractor. Accompanying the request was a letter from Asphalt Professionals withdrawing from that portion of the work. The bid listed amount for Asphalt Professionals' portion of the work was $786,065. Veterans will complete Asphalt Professionals' portion of the work for that same cost. So the substitution is at no additional cost to the city. The Bureau concurs with the recommendation of Commissioner Davis to approve the substitution.
Any questions on number 5? No questions. Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 5. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 5. Any issue, sending it forthwith. We'll send number 5 forthwith. Number 6, Council District 11, recommending that the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis approving the request of Vadnais Trenchless Services Incorporated for the subcontractor substitution of precision engineering surveyors with Landmark Surveying Solutions for survey work on the Venice Dual Force Main and Venice Pumping Plant Generator Replacement Project. Mr. Smith on number 6.
The Bureau received a request from Vadnais June 12, 2017 to substitute Precision Engineering Surveyors, Inc., their bid listed MBE, SBE, EBE subcontractor for survey work with Landmark Surveying Solutions, a WBE, MBE subcontractor. Their request included a letter from Precision Engineering saying they were withdrawing from the work because of the illness of their licensed land surveyor. The bid listed amount for Precision's portion of the work is $400,000. Landmark will complete Precision's portion of the work for that same amount. Therefore, the substitution is at no additional cost to the city, and the Bureau concurs with Commissioner Davis's recommendation to approve the submittal.
Mr. Smith,
Substitution.
when you have, we have 3 of these today on the same projects.
Yes.
When you see a pattern of these where you're substituting these subcontractors, albeit for various types of work at the same time, does that signal anything, provide any information to you?
It depends on what it's for. In the 2 that we just did, the first was they didn't want to sign the PLA, letter of assent.
Okay.
And the second was the primary party representing that company is ill and not able to perform the work. So
Okay.
that wouldn't necessarily raise a flag for us.
Okay. Commissioner Cinto?
Thank you, President James. Chris, just wanted to confirm what I heard you say. We substituted an MBE with a WBE?
That's correct.
Great, so thank you.
Okay. Anything further on number 6? Commissioner Cinto's made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 6, seconded by Commissioner Davis. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 6. Any issue, sending 6 forthwith? We will send 6 forthwith. Agenda item number 7, Council District 11, recommending that the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis approving the request of Vadnais Trenchless Services Incorporated for the subcontractor substitution of Cemex construction materials with the associated ready-mix concrete for supplying ready-mix concrete on the Venice Dual Force Main and Venice Pumping Plant Generator Replacement Project. Mr. Smith on number 7.
Bureau received a request from Vadnais Construction May 3rd, 2017 to substitute CMEX Construction Materials, LLC, their bid listed OBE Ready Mix Concrete supplier with Associated Ready Mix Concrete, Inc., another OBE supplier. The request was accompanied with a letter of withdrawal from CMEX, and being as it's the same job, the reason why they withdrew is because they didn't want to sign the PLA letter of assent. Bid listed amount of CMEX portion of the ready mix concrete work is $1,880,000. Associated will complete CMEX's portion of the work for the same amount. Therefore, the substitution is at no additional cost to the city, and the Bureau concurs with Commissioner Davis's recommendation to approve the substitution.
Okay, I'll second Commissioner. Any questions at all? I'll second Commissioner Davis's motion on number 7. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 7. Any issue, sending number 7 forthwith? We will send number 7 forthwith. Number 8, Council District 14, recommending that the board concur with the action of Commissioner Davis approving the request of Skanska, Stacy, and Whitbeck, a joint venture for the subcontractor substitution of Silverado Contractors with CGO Construction Company for building demolition and foundation removal work on the right-of-way phase site preparation for the 6th Street Viaduct Replacement Project, Package C. Mr. Smith.
Bureau received this request from Skanska on May 5th, 2017 to substitute Silverado Contractors Their bid listed OBE sub for building demolition and foundation removal with CGO Construction Company, Inc., a DBE subcontractor. The request was accompanied with a letter from Skanska, or from Silverado, withdrawing, basically saying that this scope of the work was not included in the price that they gave Skanska, and they were requesting to be removed from this portion of the work. The bid listed amount for Silverado's portion of the building demolition and foundation removal work was $281,620. Silverado has performed $250,196 of their contract work, a difference of $31,424. CGO will complete the remaining portion of the work for that amount. Therefore, the substitution is at no additional cost to the city, and the Bureau concurs with the recommendation of Commissioner Davis to approve the substitution.
Any questions on number 8? Don't have any questions on number 8. I'll second Commissioner Davis's motion. Is there any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 8. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 8 forthwith. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Agenda item number 9, specifications have been submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids. This is in Council District 15 for the San Pedro Siphon Upstream 30-inch cast iron pipe sewer project. The estimate is $1,829,907, and the bid receipt date is Wednesday, September 13th, 2017. Is there a second to my motion that we adopt agenda item number 9 forthwith? By Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. That takes us back to agenda item number 4, Bureaus of Engineering, Contract Administration, Street Lighting, and Street Services. Standard specifications for Public Works Construction, the 2012 edition, and the cumulative 2014 supplement, recommending that the board, this is to the Green Book, recommending that the board adopt the 2012 edition of the standard specifications for Public Works Construction and the 2014 cumulative supplement of the 2012 edition of the standard specifications for Public Works Construction. Kent Welling on number 4.
Good morning. My name is Kent Welling, Civil Engineer at the Bureau of Engineering. The item before you is a request to adopt the 2012 edition of the Standard Specifications for Public Works Construction and its 2014 supplement. As the board report indicates, the SSPWC, also known as the Green Book, has served Southern California agencies as a base document for the delivery of public works projects for 50 years. The Green Book is the effort of multiple subcommittees that donate their time to maintain these specifications. They're composed not only of local agencies, but also of contractors, manufacturers, and industry experts. The overall effort is overseen by the General Committee that votes and finalizes each subsequent edition of this document. Currently, representatives from the City of Los Angeles maintain an active participation and possess voting rights in the various committees. Upon adoption of the Green Book, the city engineer will immediately issue a corresponding document entitled Additions and Amendments to the Green Book, otherwise known as the Brown Book. This document makes modifications to the Green Book to make it more in line with current policies and practices within the city of Los Angeles. The last adoption of the Green Book occurred in August of 2010. Typically, we seek to adopt a new edition every 3 to 4 years. However, due to retirement and transfer as subject matter expert staff and the influx of construction projects, adoptions of new editions was delayed one cycle. Now, with construction demands leveling off and the continuing buildup of key staff, we are accelerating our adoption efforts. Our first step is to seek adoption of this edition. Next, we will begin to review upcoming committee changes before the next edition is published, such that we get back onto our original adoption schedule. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes, the purpose, well, first of all, I understand that through this action, we're beginning the process of catching up to speed with the challenges that we have had in time in terms of the normal process that we usually enact, which includes both the acceptance of Green Book standards supplemented by Brown Book standards. So I understand that to be the case. However, I want to frame the purpose of this data and information to contractors. So the purpose of the Green Book information for contractors, prime contractors and those who are doing business with us, is that they will begin to understand the standards, the new regulations that are allegedly current in terms of how to do work with the City of Los Angeles. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then once we publish it, often there have been other changes for which we could not control that have occurred, and then we supplement it with a Brown Book standard to update them, even though we accept Green Book standards. Then we update them with the latest, which is the Brown Book standards, correct?
That's correct.
And then you will come to us with the Brown Book compilation of new supplemental regulations for approval as well.
I believe that is adopted directly by the city engineer.
I see.
It doesn't come to your board.
I see. So our only authority and scope of authority is to approve the Green Book, which is the core supplement that prime contractors need.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, thanks.
Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, Kent. Thank you for this report. The supplement, the 2014 supplement, can you highlight any major significant changes from the 2012 Green Book?
Honestly, the changes in 2014 weren't within my realm of expertise. So the major changes from our previously adopted Green Book 2009 to 2012 had a number of things with sanitary sewer, materials, and construction. And so I could highlight those particular items. The 2014 I'm not as personally familiar with. I can get back to you if you wish.
Please do. Thank you.
So the 2014 cumulative supplement that we're seeing, when will we approve the 2017 cumulative supplement? Will that be 2020?
No.
Okay.
We are starting
Am I-
right away.
Okay. So I'm just trying to get a sense of, I was trying to figure out from the motion what the next timeline is. You know, I came out of the practice of law, and we were always, before computers, I date myself a little bit, but always trying to make sure we had the latest iteration of whatever the laws were. And so we would have these books that are similar to the Green Book with a year on it, and then we called it the pocket part. All right, the pocket part, which would be a supplement that would be in the back, and you had to make sure that there wasn't anything in the pocket part, which is what I typically do with these. And what I'm trying, that long-winded to try and get my question out, which is, when will we see the most updated iteration of this, or is this it?
Well, there's a 2015 version of the Green Book that there were a lot of changes made in the format from previous versions going from the 2012 to the 2015. It would have been our preference to adopt the 2015, but there were so many different format changes and new areas that we just didn't have the resources to immediately tackle that. All proposed changes or adoption goes to the different bureaus, and they need to study it out. So.
Is that what's coming next?
So most likely we're working on the 2015, and you'll see possibly the 2017 supplement adopted. The report author, Rafi Masabki, is a primary contact. I know one of the years were skipped, so either 2016 or 2017 was actually skipped by the Green Book Committee. So we will adopt whichever one of those were issued. So yes, we are starting work right away since we are staffed up, and to adopt as soon as possible.
Okay, you want to add something?
Yeah, Brad Jensen with the Bureau of Engineering, Wastewater Convention Engineering Division. Last week I was talking with Edward Arrington, who is our engineer of design. The Green Book, like Ken said, it comes out every 3 years, so the next edition it will be the 2018 edition. We have the edits that are being proposed that from the 2015 to the 2018. We have those already in our office. So staff will start working on preparing the supplemental changes to the 2018. So when the 2018 Green Book is published at the beginning of next year, we'll be bringing back the 2018 Green Book for adoption by the Board of Public Works.
Thank you. Mr. Jordan, can I ask you a question? Do these standards or documents end up as exhibits in cases that your office handles on our behalf?
I'm not sure if they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. If there's some,
You wouldn't be
issue-
surprised if they didn't?
I'm sorry. It would not surprise me if there was reference made to those books in the course of litigation.
Sure.
If the litigation demanded that, you reference that as some issue as to whether or not the Green Book standard was complied with.
Okay. Okay, so then we will hear from you again with the latest update. Thank you, Mr. Jensen. Thank you, Mr. Welling. Any further questions? Okay, Commissioner Sintel's made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 4, seconded by Commissioner Davis. Any objection? With that objection, we will adopt agenda item number 4. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 4 forthwith. Dr. Campos, have we cleared the desk other than our Bureau Heads meeting that is at 11?
I believe this takes you to the
Oh, we
last
have an
item,
oral
number
report?
10, the oral report for the Cisco updated construction
I'm falling
services
apart over
contract.
here. Somehow I missed our oral report. That's because it's on the back. We have an oral report on our construction services contract from Mr. Kenny. I just thought you were here for your enjoyment this morning. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Yes, good morning. I'm Sean Kenny. I'm with the Bureau of Engineering's Environmental Engineering Division, and I'm here to report on our second quarter status of our construction service contract. It is, we call it Cisco 9. This contract provides for urgent repairs, process improvements, and design support for the city's wastewater program. We are in the third year of a 3-year contract with our prime contractor, Murray Company. To date, we've identified 58 projects with a value of $10 million. We have a remaining budget of $2 million. We are preparing a bid package to advertise for a replacement, a new contract. We plan to advertise this quarter and have that contract in place by April of next year. New projects are advertised on the Babin system, and we continue to get strong participation from subcontractors. We have a report that includes a summary of our outreach efforts, and they include the following. Our minority business enterprise participation, we have actual percentages of 13.6% versus our anticipated level of 6%. In women business enterprise participation, we're at 11.3% versus our anticipated level of 2%. Small business enterprise participation is currently at 18.1% with an anticipated level of 20%. Emerging business enterprise participation, we to date have no participation, and our anticipated level is 1%. And finally, on disabled veteran business enterprise, we have a participation of 2.1% with an anticipated level of 2%. So, in summary, we've been doing this for many years. We have a pretty strong core group of subcontractors that can support our work, and they do, and therefore we feel like we're able to have a good outreach. We historically struggle to get emerging businesses. Our type of work is specialty type contract work, and it just isn't quite suited for that, emerging businesses, but it happens. It comes on occasion, but we are able to reach out to the disabled veterans contractors a little more, and that's been kind of an area of growth. So with that, that's all I have. And any questions?
Thank you, Sean. Commissioner Jacinto and then Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, President James. Sean, thanks for the great report. When we're at 2 times the anticipated level of MBE and almost 5 times for WBE, that's a good sign. I think the contractors, the primes, continue to do good work in terms of getting diverse small business subcontractors too. I'm interested to maybe in the future seeing how many new groups we can cycle into that as they continue to do good. Let's tell them to up the bar, and hopefully they'll be able to get more MeBe-Weebies, MBEs, and WBEs additional, so that they're cycling in some new folks as well, spread the wealth around.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'd give some credit too to Rick Andelin. He's the person in charge of our contract, and he's making that effort too. I'll pass it on.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Davis, then Commissioner Rivas.
Yes, obviously, I think that Commissioner Jacinto has made some observations I was going to share. We've made some reasonable progress in certain areas of diversity, particularly around WBE, MBE. I'd love to see us continue in moving in that direction. In terms of emerging businesses, while it is in fact difficult, I think it's important to explore how it is that we are able to engage people to have interest in being motivated to pursue this effort of construction. It is critically important because if not, like in anything else, we're going to die out if we don't have some people coming in to matriculate in this program. So I hope that we look at ways in which we can get people to be interested in the area.
We do participate on occasion with the mayor's programs of outreach, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Rivas.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with your outreach or participation levels. And I was wondering, is there something in particular that you do in terms of outreach that you could share that maybe we can learn from for other projects?
Well, this contract does offer some advantages. Projects are identified, and we then go out and solicit through our general contractor, subcontractors, and so we have a little more freedom to bring in additional people. And when we do go out, we go out to 3 bidders and we solicit. So that opens it up. And again, we kind of, over the years, have been able to groom people, and they get comfortable, and then they continue to bid work. So it would go, the same benefit would happen with emergency contracts. It just, as long as you are willing to give us the chance to take a little more lead in that outreach, we can do pretty well.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, thank you. The oral report will be received. Now have we cleared the desk with the exception of the Bureau Heads meeting, which happens at 11 o'clock in our conference room?
Now you have, yes.
Okay, thank you then. We are adjourned accordingly.